Hi, Martina. It's so great to meet you. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this and being here at AIAA Ascend. Could you just start by telling a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Martina, and I am a material engineer turned space engineer now, and I also have my own organization to make space more accessible.
That's
It's
awesome.
called International Space Alliance, and it is placed in the Balkans.
Wow, that's amazing. So, could you talk a little bit about your journey into the space industry and how you overcame some of those challenges and what inspired you to start your organization, given your background and where you're from?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first and foremost, I am so glad I'm a Ascend Diverse Dawson fellow. It was an amazing cohort. We had incredible speeches.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
that
so
selection.
much. I'm thrilled to meet everyone. Everybody is so inspiring and contributing to that key diversity
Yeah.
that we need actually in the space sector. We need more of that.
Yes.
So yeah, I come from a really scarce of space exploration region, and it is always a challenge to either find opportunities or belong.
Yeah.
For example, I come from Macedonia, and there we don't really have space agencies. We have no space heroes to look up to or learn from. Not a real space ecosystem or a huge developed space sector.
Mm.
So everything from space education, aside of perhaps astronomy and astrophysics, is really not there. It's not present. So for me, the path was really not a straight line. For some developed countries, you know, your path, if you want to become something, let's say an astronaut, you have a straight line of what that entails and what you have to do. But for so many, especially women, you kind of have to pick your opportunities whenever they arise.
Yeah.
So your path is a little crazy, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a straight
It's a
line.
crooked. Yeah. Path.
Crooked, international.
Yeah.
So it took me so much international education,
Mhm.
some in the US, some in France, so many analog missions across the globe,
Mhm.
from Spain to Poland to United States.
Wow.
I've been around. Yeah, so your path is never going to be a straight line. It's always going to be swirly,
Yeah.
but that's really important for you to keep pushing at it. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's really challenging, but if
Yeah.
you preserve your stamina in that path, you're going to be okay.
Okay, awesome. And for younger students and people without as much of a space background, what is like the biggest advice that you would give them to help them enter the industry and not just enter, but be able to find the courage and confidence in themselves to stay in the aerospace industry and endure all and overcome the challenges that this industry presents?
Yeah, so on us and doesn't you meet diverse backgrounds, and that's the whole point. I just met a person, a fellow here. She learned about space on a Burning Man.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was incredible. So all the connections she made there, she followed up with,
Mm-hmm.
and she founded her own startup. And her background is actually psychology.
Wow.
So just taking that leap to start is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like so many in the space sector are helpful.
Yeah.
They want to extend a helping hand.
Yeah.
So just reach out as long as you're doing honestly
Yeah.
and without, any, ill will or
Yeah.
intent or prejudice. People will help you if you're
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just tell them who you are, tell them what
Yeah.
you aspire to do, and they will for sure tell you what are the steps you have to take forward.
Yeah. And going off of what you mentioned with your friend that has a psychology background, like there's like the stigma that aerospace engineers are all rocket scientists or people who are very good at math and science and STEM. And usually, when you're younger, you have this passion for space. And as you grow older and you come to these challenges and like STEM courses, that's where people often lose their interest. And I think it's important to like spread the message that there's so much more to space than just math and science.
True.
We need business, we need politicians, we need people with a medical background, we need people from all aspects and all degrees to come and join this and make this a global collaborative effort to do it right.
I mean, yeah, for so many women, you're burdened with life all of a sudden when you
Yeah.
grow up, and
Oh, yeah.
kind of you're coerced to take other
Mhm.
responsibilities that are heavy on you in a way,
Mhm.
especially if you're coming from more traditional societies that
Mhm.
kind of like have a story for you already figured out.
Yeah.
So you do have to find your own path of nurturing your identity and
Yeah.
your passion,
Yeah.
so that can propel you forward.
Yeah.
It's true, especially for regions that are emerging. This is
Yeah.
really unconventional.
Yeah.
But we just have to keep pushing and educate and
Yeah.
inspire and
Yeah.
attend and show up.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank you
this
for the
talk, and
interview.
you were very inspiring. I loved your speech at the Diversity Dozen panel. It was so great to hear about how you overcame so many challenges and backgrounds, and you still made it to the space industry, and you made it to Ascend today. That's so
Yay.
inspiring. You inspired so many people internationally. Thank you.
I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.